Okay, hi guys. I'm starting a new project and snooping around the net a little bit, especially on YouTube, of course, because hey, all the good videos are on YouTube if you want to learn something. So, anyway, wanted to build a new generator for my wind turbine. Presently using a converted ceiling fan that I turned into a generator, again with instructions from YouTube, and it does work and it works well, but it only creates about 200 watts. And that's due to the size of the particular ceiling fan I was using. So I'm looking to get something that's just a slight bit bigger, somewhere between 3 and 500 watts output or performance. And like I said, I was looking around YouTube, and specifically I found Link Steam. Had a very interesting design, and I thought I'm going to go try to utilize that. Now, his design, I'm not sure if it's actually his or whoever, but he had it on there, and it was using two 6-coil stators. Now, two 6-coil stators and only 4 magnets in between, and I was kind of intrigued by how he had done it, and I thought that's a fairly inexpensive way of creating a generator. So, did a little quick study and started looking at it, come up with a few things, and as you can see here, I have 6 coils on a stator, kind of divided up. Coil 1, 2, 3 for your first set of coils, 1, 2, 3 for your second set of coils, and then so again these are phases. So phase 1, 2, and 3, phase 1, 2, and 3, and then again on the next one you're going to have exactly the same thing. The only difference on the second rotor plate, it is a mirror image of the first rotor plate. So instead of having your one coil here, it'll be over here. Okay, so these will be actually reversed or a mirror image. And we'll get to that in a couple of seconds. Now, each coil is going to be 80 turns of number 18 gauge wire. And I've created my coils on a form, again, using a jig that I seen on YouTube. And I thought, hey, this would probably be the cat's meow, so did that. And wound my coils on so it's about 1.75 inch length by about 1.25 inches in width at the top end. They're kind of triangular shape, and I actually have them right here so you can kind of see what I'm referring to. So anyway, this is what I've worked with here so far. Created a coil set, or one stator. I actually have both stators, but these are 9 inches by 9 inches. The diameter of the coil circle here will be 8 inches, so 1 inch on either side of free play. And this is the bottom stator plate. The other one I'll show right away is the top stator plate. So what happens here is I've decided on phase 1, 2, and 3, of course, I'm going to run it in a star configuration to get my maximum voltage. And I've tied the bottom ends of coil 1, 2, and 3 together. Okay, the top ends of the coil 1, 2, and 3 will go to the next coils, the bottom ends of the next coils. So coil 1A, bottom end is tied into the star, top end goes to 1B's bottom end. 1B's bottom end goes to 1B's bottom end feeds through the coil. 1B's top end goes out to 1C's bottom end. 1C's bottom end goes out to 1C's top end, and 1C's top end then feeds 1D's bottom end. Then 1D's top end will end up being one of your phases. So going through it again with coil number 2, bottom end of coil number 2, which is your first set, is tied into the star configuration. So coil 1, 2, and 3 all tied, the bottom end tied in. And the top end of coil 2 will actually go to the bottom end of coil 2 over here, or your coil 2B. And the top end of coil 2B goes to the bottom end of 2C. Top end of 2C goes to the bottom end of 2D. Top end of 2D becomes your second phase output. Again, same thing with 3. So top end of bottom end of 3 is tied into the star, top end is tied into the bottom end of 3B, top end of 3B goes to the bottom end of 3C, top end of 3C goes to the bottom end of 3D. Top end of 3D becomes your last or third phase output. So that's kind of the way it is. Now, looking at this, so a couple things that we have to realize very quickly is if we have 4 magnets, that means, okay, you're going to have a magnet over here and a magnet over here. Say they're pointing down and showing north at the time. That means the other 2 magnets will be over here and here somewhere, showing south. So north and north and south and south. So the opposing, of course, straight above this would be a south pole. So now if you have a south pole and you've got 2 mirror image plates, and I'm going to grab the other plate here just to give you a quick show. Okay, so the second plate is exactly opposite. So they're mirror images. So the problem is when these guys are coming together, well, we end up with a little bit of a problem because of the way the magnets are oriented. So, and it's not because of the magnets. I mean, if we're going to push north down here and north down here and south down here and south here, that means, of course, you got south pointing up, south pointing up, north pointing up, and north pointing up. So all we do is we take this second plate, and instead of putting it right over top the way it is, we rotate it 90 degrees. And by rotating it 90 degrees, what happens is now we have north on all 4 coils that are number 1. So by doing that, so all 4 coils are always going to turn around and hit north at the same time, and they will also hit south at the same time, and that goes for any one of these. So you got to make sure you get it right. So you got north pointing down, north pointing down, north pointing up, and north pointing up from your magnetic plate or magnetic rotor. So once you get that all in, it shouldn't be too bad. I don't know if I'm going to go too much further right now in this video. I'm going to show you the rest of it in the other one. But like I say, this is going to be a fairly economical creation. I did have a magnetic plate that I was working on, my rotor plate, and just stuck a little bit of a magnet in there just to kind of show. And of course I'm going to be trimming this out into a nice circle, so when this is spinning around it doesn't have all these corners on it. But that's it, guys, for now, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.